I'm Azrienoch, this is XDA TV, and you don't know it, but I am now a corporate whore. Since, you know, XDA Developers is basically the face of corporatism in the second decade of the 21st century. And that means I have to clean up my act. I must be marketable. So just to be clear, every time you hear this sound, you know you've heard a dirty word. It's week 7 of 2011, and I'd like to begin by saying thank you to Chad Hughes for recognizing that this is the greatest news show ever.
I said it.
Check out his latest episode of the Android ROM Rundown detailing liquid metal for the Droid Incredible, and some dirty text messages from me. I'd also like to thank YouTube for echoing that recognition by granting XDA developers a YouTube partnership. It was really cool of you. You see how family-friendly I am? Not safe for work. Makes me sound like I'm gonna go postal. Maybe I will. Anyway, I see that Windows Mobile was given a gentle shove in the right direction by WAJK, who designed lock screens based on those for Gingerbread and Honeycomb. Now, I don't have Windows Mobile, so I can't tell you exactly how closely it resembles the Android lock screens, but if any of you Windows users have seen the Honeycomb lock screen, you're gonna want this. Try it out, let me know how it lives up. Already out for Android and Windows Mobile, and now for Windows Phone 7, a pretty looking app called Deluxe Moon by Lifeware Solutions. It gives you this big old picture of what the moon looks like right now, your geographical location, which has always been a funny word to me. Geographical, geo means earth, and graphical means a drawing, so my geographical location is my location on a map of the earth. But I'm never standing on a map of the Earth. Anyway, moonrise and moonset times, how far along the moon is in its cycle, and how long until the new moon, and what zodiac sign is in. Not really my cup of tea, but I do wonder if Lifeware Solutions saw fit to include the new 13th zodiac sign. Oh yeah, have you heard about that? I was a Cancer and now I'm a Gemini. My horoscope always did say I was flaky like that. And for Android, a new music player by Comma that allows you to play by folder rather than playlist. I jumped on that immediately, because I'm the sort of guy that arranges his music by folder. And I get confused when I go into my music player and everything's resorted into artist and album, which sucks because not all of my songs are associated with albums or artists. So I sit there listening and wondering where this or that track went. I once opened iTunes, a mistake I will never make again, and the first thing it says to me is that my music collection is a mess. Sounds like my mother waltzing into my room. This place is filthy! And insists I clean it up. I got my own system, okay? I'm not a Mac user. I don't just throw everything on the desktop and hope some program comes along to clean it all up. I can't stand people like that. So kudos to Comma for letting me listen to music the way that I want to listen to it. Now all I need is an app that will shoot anybody in the face that tries to change my music. That would be a wholly fulfilling listening experience. And fun, too. Shooting people's fun! Note to self, going postal is not safe for work. Lastly, anybody who uses the Comcast Xfinity app better watch the out. A user by the name of Absurdist, was keeping an eye on the app's output, and hey, on the logcat, there go his username and password right before his eyes. And the eyes of anybody who would have access to that. The author of the article, EGC Thunder 1, has asked for anybody who can replicate this to speak up so we can let Comcast know. Unless, of course, you don't mind your personal information getting out there. And I don't. My username is obviously Azrienoch, and my password is on a stick. And that's the moral of the news this week. If you are going to take information from your head and put it into a format where people can hear it, yet you don't want people to hear it, bleep it out! Ordinary, open-source people like censored information, too. Again, I'm Azrienoch, and this is XDA TV.